4.1, graphing quadratic functions and solving quadratic equations by graphing. So 4.1 and 4.2. Let's go to this worksheet. Find the equation of axis symmetry. So that is the formula for that. X equals negative b over 2a. Remember, that relates to the standard form of a quadratic equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c. So within that form, that's, you know what a and b are, that's your form for axis symmetry, which I will be giving to you. So for the first one here, here's my a, here's my b, and my c is 0, in case that ever came up. So x would equal negative b over 2a. So negative 4 over 2 times 1. So I get 4 over 2, which is 2. Now make sure it's an equation though, so it should be x equals 2, not just 2. So it's axis symmetry is an equation. No, it's the equation part. So x equals 2 is the answer. Same thing here, right? Here's my a, here's my b. So x equals negative 6 over 2 times negative 1, which is just negative 6 over negative 2, which is 3. So again, it's an equation, x equals 3. Axis symmetry. Find its coordinates of the vertex. So what it is, if you notice, these all connect, like they're all the same question. So the key here is the way you find the vertex is axis symmetry is the x in the vertex. The axis symmetry is also the x in the vertex. So if you have the x in the vertex, how do you find the y in the vertex? You just sub it in, plug it in. So the vertex is always negative b over 2a, which is axis symmetry. I can see the x value, and then you just plug it into the function. So a lot of times you say f of negative b over 2a. So that's all that stands for. This is the axis symmetry, and then when you plug it into the function, f of that, that's the y value. So again, these are all connected. So I know what the x in the vertex is. My x for this vertex is 2. I got to find the y. So how do I find it? Plug it into the equation. F of 2 equals 2 squared minus 4 times 2. So 4 minus 8, which is negative 4. So my vertex is 2 and negative 4. Over here, again, that connects to this one to the exact same problem. Again, we have the axis symmetry already, so you know the x in the vertex is 3. We got to find the y, so just plug it in. F of 3 equals negative 3 squared plus 6 times 3 minus 1. Now, right here's a very important concept. Remember, order of operations is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And actually, I like to do it like this. That's not good. Multiply, divide is the same, add, subtracts the same. It's just left to right. Doesn't matter. What's first? Anyway, the key to that was parentheses come before exponents. So I actually don't want parentheses here. Parentheses more like 3 plus 1. That's a parenthesis. This is just a 3. So but then what comes next? Exponent. So I don't do negative first. I do the exponent first. So it should be 9, then the negative comes. So that's the key thing about this. This comes first. That's a 9, and then there's a negative on the outside. So negative 9 plus 18 minus 1. So I get 9 minus 1 is 8. So my vertex is 3 8. So again, you have axis symmetry, right? Negative b over 2a. If you want to find the vertex, well, axis symmetry is the x in the vertex. Then you just plug into the equation and get the y in the vertex. Find the y-intercept of each. Okay, y-intercept just means x equals 0. That's how you find the y-intercept. So plug in 0 for x. And I get 0 0. Okay, that went too fast there. I get 0, and then remember, so the point would be 0 0, because my x is 0, my y is 0. Over here, plug in 0. If you notice by now, after this one you should notice that, oh, I just get negative 1. It's the constant. So my point here, I plugged in 0, so x is 0, my y is negative 1. That's my that's my y-intercept. All I want to know here is, does this have a max or min? So remember the way it works? You look at the coefficient of the x squared term. This is positive, so it's going to open up, which means you have a minimum. By the way, since all these problems are all related, I should know what the minimum is. The minimum is always the y value of the vertex. So where's my vertex at? Right here, 2, negative 4. My min would be negative 4. Again, that's like a little bonus. The question is just, is it a max or min? But I just want to connect it. So these are all the same problem. The min's always the y in the vertex. So my vertex here is negative 4. That'll be my min. This is a negative x squared. So since it's a negative, it means it opens down. So it has a max. And again, if I want to, it's all connected. My max here would be 8, because that's the vertex. Use a related graph of each equation to determine its solution. So based on the graph, I want to find the solution. So what it is here is, here's the key thing about that. You want to look at the axis symmetry. Sorry, you want to look at the x-axis. So here's my x-axis. Right, so that line right there. It's kind of hard to see, so I have to point it out. So over here, x-axis is this guy. And over here, x-axis is down there. So solutions are just x-intercepts. That's all they are. So for this one, my solution is here, which looks like it's 0. And here, I should do this instead, which is that's 0, -1, -2, -3, -4. So 0 and -4 are my solutions, just based on the graph. Over here, now here's the thing, right? We understand algebra. Since it's x squared, it should be 2 solutions. So over here, it's x squared, should be 2 solutions. I only see one x-intercept. That's because we call this a double root. X equals, what is that? 0, 1, 2, -2. This is a double root. There's actually 2 -2s. Technically, it'd be like this. So when it bounces like that, we call that double root. Just a little, did you know? Over here, there's no x-intercepts at all. None. So the trick is there's no real x-intercepts. We'll learn about imaginary one later. So there's no real solutions is the thing here. So there we go. Let's move on. For each of the following, find the y-intercept, the axis symmetry, the vertex, and the graph of the quadratic equation. So we have to find all, right? So let's find the axis symmetry first. That's always the first thing. So x equals -b/2a. Remember, this is a, b, and c. So -8 over 2 times 2. So I get 8/4, which is 2. So that's my axis symmetry. I'm going to draw it right now. Right? X equals 2 is my axis symmetry. Here we go. Boom. Now I want to find the vertex, right? So I already have the x in the vertex, so I just got to plug in to find the y. So f of 2 would equal 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 5. Remember, 2 squared is, over here I'm going to do this first, over operations. We do the exponents before we multiply, so that's 4, and then we times it by 2, that's 8. Minus 16 plus 5, so that's -8, plus 5 is -3. So my vertex is at 2, -3. So 2 and -3. There's my vertex. Okay, what else do I want? I want to find the y-intercept. Y-intercept is super easy, just plug in 0. As we know by now, when you do that, all you get is a constant right here, so 5. So my y-intercept is 0, 5. Right, I plugged in 0, I got 5. Now, some teachers want you to do like a table. The trick to doing the table is you make the vertex the middle. So if we can do a table, the trick is make the vertex the middle number. And you pick 1 or 2 above and 1 or 2 below if you want. Honestly, for me, we're just going to sketch, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to follow the y-intercept and try to match kind of on this side. Now again, if I want a better one, I should make a table. But I'm trying to do a sketch here. So there we go. That's your graph. If I wanted this as a max or min, it's a min, right? Say it's opening up, so this is my min right there, and it's the y value of the vertex, -3. Let's then do the next one. So let's find the axis symmetry first. So x equals -b/2a. So -10 over 2 times -1. So -10 over -2. So 5. X intermediate is 5. So like that. And then let's find the vertex. So my vertex, again, we'll just plug that in. So f of 5, -5 squared, plus 10 times 5, plus 30. So again, you do this first to 25. So -25 plus 50 plus 30. So 25 plus 30 is 55. So that's my vertex. These numbers are big. So my grid does not do justice at all. So I'm going to do this. Put a little 10 to all these numbers. So 55 is up there now. Look how, I need a Mentos. Look how nice that is. So 55 is right there. My y-intercept, right, you plug in 0. And here's, in this case, you just get 30. So now it's right there. And then look, it opens down. Try to match these two. So you get something looks like that. It's opening down. My vertex is up here. My y-intercept is down there. It's a negative vector, so it makes sense. You get something like that. Last one, same concept. Let's do it real quick. Axis symmetry. Right, so x equals negative b over 2a, which is negative 6 over 2 times 1. 6 over 2 is 3. So that's my axis symmetry. Hopefully this one actually fits the graph. Okay, so then let's find the vertex. Just gonna plug that in. So f of 3, 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 9. So I get 9 minus 18 plus 9. These guys all reduce. I get 18 minus 18, which is 0. So 3, 0 is my vertex. No, sorry about that. 3 zeros over here, not 0, 0. There you go. So that's my vertex. My y-intercept, right? All we do is, that's an ugly y. It's an artistic y. And then it's highlighted for no reason. So my y-intercept, all we can do is plug in 0 for x. In that case, right, you go 0, 0, 9. So 0, 9. Doesn't fit the graph, but it's not too far off. It's like that. Again, if I want, I can make a table. If you make a table, just keep in mind, always put the vertex in the middle. That's the trick. Right? If I wanted to, I could go up to 0. I know 0 is 9, so I'll go 3 on this side, 6, and probably be 9 also. Not probably, it's exactly going to be 9. See, something like this. There you go. Again, if I wanted to max your min, it is a min, it's opening up, and my min would be the y value, which would be 0. That's the lesson.